Board. Tambal sa board.
Welcome sa Tambal sa Board. Kamusta man nimo ka last week?
Ang ako nagibuhat kay nag-review ko sa first episode nato. And kabantay ko nga, grabe kay tagambak og topic ko. Di pag yun nato mahuman niya. Di pag yun nato sometimes mabalik kanang balikon gani or mo touch on balik sa atong nastoryahan.
Okay, pareham ta ADHD.
Undiagnosed. Undiagnosed. Pero my circle of friends would point it out, and even like people na baguran ako na mi would point it out na ako'y ADHD tendency. Even si Princess, remember katong niyan mo? Niya nagstoryatang talo.
It's because you're all over the places.
Not you, but us. Kaya diba si Princess, naglingkod diha. Niya, natay, ambot mo sa tong gistoryan. For, I think for an hour, 2 hours, maybe like it was a 2-hour conversation. Kitang duha, hindi ka nitag-move. Like, naabot na ta sa kitchen, sa bedroom. Yung mga na si Princess, o niya ako, inirang ko biyan diri.
Pero para makasabot sila, unsa man ang ADHD? Para nimo, yung nakaingon man ka nga
Attention
tanaw nimo.
deficit, what's ADHD?
Hyperactivity
What's H? I forgot what
disorder.
Hyperactivity disorder. So, but it's different for everyone. For me, again, I'm undiagnosed. Ang igsuon ni Dorian, nag-take man siya og ADHD nga test. And it was confirmed na siya ADHD.
How? Free? For free?
No, it wasn't free. I'm not sure kaya it's Canada. So, it might have been free. Pero, pag go through niya sa mga question, she told me na, like, she was thinking of me while she was like,
What?
It's Phoebe. This is Phoebe. Pero I actually wanted to
Take the test too.
The test as well. I'll see if I can find one here. Pero muna, like, that was an example nga. Si Princess, she was just sitting there for like that full 2 hours nga nagstorya ta. Yung kita kay gabalhin-balhin niya. Niya nang si Princess, o niya, kuan eh. Saman.
Nagstay na siya dire. Then kita, usay, maabot na tagstorya dito. Usay na nata sa bedroom. Naghigda niya. Siya, naaragya po siya sa one place, but kita, wala ta kabantay. Nga na nata.
Yeah, and si Dorian po, whenever we have conversation, kay nagyug ko'y kanang habit gani good nga mulakaw during a conversation.
Me
Di na ko
too.
hut doon. Di na ko i-finish ang ako ang thought. And then mulakaw ko. So, now, iyang buhaton is, iya kong gunita, mag-holding hands ni. Until mahuman ko sa kong storya niya. After, she would let me go. And it's like, okay. Muna yun siya. Was that hard? I'm like, kind of. Because maka-feel yun siya na mura kong mubuhi
Mulakaw.
gani. Niya, iya kong pugngan.
Hulo. Inga na po si Princess, maingon siya. Kakita siya na ako nga, matawag siya nga, na ko isulti ni mo ba? Niya, maminaw ra kunuhay ko, pero mulakaw-lakaw. Man siya, focus ako sa, yan, naunang ako ang gani. Now.
Yeah, naampog ko niya.
Why?
It's just
Unsa di mo ma-feel at that very moment nga, nga namang mulakaw ka?
No, di lang ko maka-stay in one place. Like, I really need to move. Yeah, sometimes, like, it's almost like an it behind my back na I need to really scratch it. Pero mo na, ang one of the things, and I think it was also observed when nag-unpack gani ko. And then I have, naman ko 3 suitcase, so I opened everything.
I know.
You were there?
Yes, gi-open nimo tanan. Tapos na after 3 days, wala pa nimo mabuhat kay naman kailangan gibuhat, nag-set up ka ani.
Yeah, nag-kuhan pag yun na, nag-overcook.
Oh, nag-overcook ta.
Yeah, it was almost like 10% or 25% done for each suitcase. Like, di yun ako mahuman ng isa ka butang, like my task. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but do you think it's a bad thing? Don't you think it's common most of the people?
I thought it was common.
I thought
like
too.
I really thought nga tanan tao ing ana gali. Muna na miss ko ni Princess nga.
Mukha
Naglingkod.
mo. Magtanaw daw siya ba? Di ba? Tanaw daw siya na tumurag daw siya na-consume.
Siya gidang gikapoy, di ba? Siya, ako gikapoy niyo sige mong lakaw.
But mas kapuyan ko nga naara ko sa
Yeah, same.
sa kalugar.
Ako na-impress ko ni Princess nga naka-stay put siya diha for the whole entirety of our conversation. Even katong nagsugod na ta og duwa, og overcook, naragyapon siya diha.
Oh, niya kita sa
Nanglakaw ba yung mga 8 p.m. man siguro, 8 or 9 or like even
stay ra siya isa ka place.
Ni-stay ra gyud siya sa
Ako nabot na ko dito, naabot na ko dire. Pero what do you think? Unsa kay maka-trigger niya? Naasay panahon nga dili kay nga na nga maka-stay gyud kag conversation
man ako
na
bandayan pod kung di man pod ko aware nga uy kailangan na ko'y magsugod ta conversation. I think mora ni ang situation where we cannot actually like leave the couch because of the setup.
Of course.
Pero usually dili ko aware na mulakaw ko. But yeah.
Oo din na, basta mag-istorya nga kung lula mo, ingon din na sa princess ay, ayaw, saglakaw. Pero maglakaw-lakaw, ragyan ko sa likod, pero mabalik ko, nakadungog ko niya.
Oh, same.
Pero at the same time, naman ko gigipang buhat. Nga marag, okay, pag-storya dira, pero nasa kay buhaton.
Yeah. It's,
Di ba, kay marag waste of time, nga marag mag-storya lang kanya, kay bawa kang napakay buhaton, imong utok, manggod nga, sige lang, di bitaw ni makatawagan ni, kanang kasa oras ba?
oh, niya makadungog raman gyapon ta.
Mau,
Pero ang di ganahan si Dorian, and I think ang mga tao po nga imong kasturya is like, they
More siya
want you
bastos,
there.
diba?
Oo, mura.
But I hope they can understand.
I know Dorian can. she knows me. Pero for the ones na bago rin ako ma-meet, I'm not even sure if ako nabuhaton. Well, if it's not physically me moving somewhere else, it's my mind. And also, nabantayan ako sa atong first episode, like, mo stick nga ni tagi sa ka-topic for too long. Like, I could see myself, like, okay, I'm wondering, like,
Well,
mentally, I'm already off somewhere else. So, mo na.
Pero how about nga naka sa meeting? Di ba, nag-work from home ta?
Yeah.
Kung naka sa meeting, nabagay kay ako sa naway tendency na nga, mura mo kong zoom out.
Yeah, mo zoom.
Diba?
Yeah.
Yung makaingon ko, wala, nag-brain fog ko. Is this alarming? Nga, pero murag na ipoy, ambot lang, subconsciously, naminaw ko.
Ang akong buhaton is nakoy notebook and pen, and I would write what that person is saying. Not taking notes, but actually like when
Keywords.
mura siya keywords almost. Kay tungod nakoy tendency gyud nga mo.
Mo zoom out lagi.
Oh.
Damn.
So mo na in terms of sa meeting, especially if it's a long one and that's why I say na beyond 30 minutes I can't do it. Like it should be just like a 30-minute call.
Correct.
I cannot do 45 minutes an hour.
How about sa imong work? Di ba? Nag-expect man ta. Nga naarigyo ka sa imong lugar or space or imong, ba? Desk for 8 hours. Do you think you can do it?
No, that's why we work remotely, you know, or hybrid. Like I really need to move around.
O ka na lagi chay. Kaya akong buhaton ba usay mo gawas pa ko sa grahe, maglakaw-lakaw pa ko.
Yeah, maging ano.
Pero usay lagi, pero nagunahuna na ako, unsaon na ako pag-resolve. Kanamo ana gyud sila usahay gani, si Princess. Uy, wala kay gitrabawin ko, bisag nagstorya ta. Kaya
Nagtatrabaho
nagapamoto.
yung mga to.
Mo nang igaling ko din ako, mahuman din ako. Siya.
Yeah, sometimes na ganun ko yung ball, like just to play with it. Like, you know, bounce it off the wall. Sometimes I do that. Or I go for a walk.
Okay.
Or I do something else.
Okay, how about, kay bawo ko nga na kay combination pod nga na kay OCD, di ba? OCD is obsessive compulsive sorry. Obsessive compulsive disorder, di ba?
No, pero like it's very small and it's very, like, I think, not that I worked on it, it doesn't bother me as much. So, I have problems or issues with feet or foot touching me. Shoes on, shoes off. Like, if it touches me, it bothers me. When I was young, mo na ang kanang, like, bago ako naligo, man ako ligo, gawas ko, and then, while going to, for example, my bedroom, well, I didn't have a bedroom, it was shared sa closet, to change. Yung masaghiran gani ko sa, and let me know kung gawaray ko, or masaghiran gani ko tiil sa akong igsuon. Right after naligo ko, like I have the need to go back and shower and like really focus on scrubbing my, like that spot nga nasaghiran ko. Sometimes mo gawas ko, puwa na kayo ako ang, like ka na nga spot. Yep, I don't know why I was very sensitive to it, pero like as I grew older, na okay na siya. Ang recent, like the very recent thing na that happened, na related to it was, we walk our dog, Dorian and I. So, we walk the dog. It was winter. So, when you usually get in the house or the apartment, like it's wet, like everything is wet. And I was removing the leash and his vest. And then as I was doing it, si Dorian, nilakang siya ba? With her shoes on, that's wet. And then, nasaghiran ako ang forehead. And immediately, as I was like midway removing everything from kimchi, nibarog lang ko, ninana ko, babe, you finish this one, I'm gonna go. And she didn't know what was happening. I took a shower, came out, and she's like, did you just take a shower? I was like, yep.
But kabaw na siya, na siya idea what would happen?
She has an idea nga, nakoy issue ana before, but it was the first time na nakitan ganin niya nga, na-bothered yun ko. And then I had to explain, yeah, imong shoes, nasagilan sa akong forehead, and like, honestly, and even after sa shower, like, sige, kuha ko wipes or tissue niya, kana ganing akong ipahid, feel na ko naragyapon ang, I don't know kung unsa ang naa diha, but I'm like, yeah, I kept wiping it off. But that was like,
so kung hikapon ti karon sa akong tiil, maligo ka.
do you value your life?
Karon ba?
Kung matay ron.
Kung kakamot, okay ra.
Okay ra kamot. Ay lang tiil. Nya kung mugawas mi sa, like with her friends or like with my friends or family, like I need to mentally prepare na when we're having lunch or dinner, pwede gyud ko masaghiran sa ilahang foot
And
or shoes. And what I do there is like,
Mura
because
kang
I
mamatay.
dili man sa mura kong mamatay, pero because I am aware na it could happen, so I'm already mentally prepared of that situation. Mo kuha ko like wipes or tissue or mo ko sa bathroom, and then I would wet my hands and then just like rub it off. It doesn't do anything, but it
bisag
helps
dili
me.
maabot ang imong dili masagiran imong panit.
Bisag di masagiran akong panit.
Unsa ka na?
And then ang pants wala diretso na laundry. Like, and usually with pants, I would wear them like 3 times a week. Pero kung masaghiran siya today, and it's my first wear, laundry right away. Ikaw na ka?
Daghan. Lahi po. Weird po din mo. Weird po ako. Daghan ubay-ubay sad siya. Ang ako first, kani. Nalagay ko yung mantra. Kana ritual ka padungtog na ko. Akong buhaton, before ko mo saka sa bed, ang akong slippers, or bisag kinsa nga slippers, like the princess pod, ako na ibutang sa tiles, the square. And ako na siya ibutang, nga pinaana siya. Ang forma. Kailangan di ko makakitag space and I don't know why. After ana, motipto ko nga murag maka-feel ko nga satisfied na ko. If dili ko masatisfied, ako man siyang buang-buang sa kahit tanawa ra guni nga ritual. Kinsa man intaw nang maka-perfect ana pirmi. Akong buhaton di ba yanan nako siya and make sure nako walay space. After ana, kay ako siyang tamakan. Ug ustara kani ka foot isa ka toe nako. Tapos moambak ko. Pero kailangan di ba usay ambak nimo ma-move bi ana. Kailangan Phoebe di na ako siya ma-move. Kailangan nga ako'y makiwa gyapon ko'y makitaan. Siya ang akong ambakan, akong slipper. Weird ka.
You do it every night?
Nung gabi na po. Mo akong buhaton si Princess naghigda nang siya mag cellphone. Mo ako koy usay mo syagit na gud ko. Yes, kay dili na ako ma-perfect.
Is that the reason why di ka mo sleep over din eh?
Dili man siya actually, pero kato lang I don't know po kay na may uban no kana siguro makatug nako. Pero kung kana siguro i-prepare gid na ako nga akong self nga padung nako matug murag gihanayo nako kay wagi ko ana.
Does that mean nga you cannot sleep outside of your house or apartment because you have that ritual sa balay?
Dili kay wala so pwede man na ako buhaton dere nga ritual.
Ha? Asa?
Na kay tiles.
Ayaw
po din sa una. Pero dili, kung na tiles siguro, and kung diri.
So di ka katog diri unless na tiles.
Dili, sad. Kay, dili, makatog raman. Abot ka na sigurong
So
murag.
kung naka sa imong balay, you need to do that there.
Kung makita og tiles siguro niya, ka naging mentally prepared kung nga padung ko mo sleep, ka naging smooth nga pag-sleep. Pero kung ka na makatugra ko nga wala ko kabantay, nakatog lang ko, dili na ko mag-ritual. Kaya wamang, di man ko mentally prepared.
Wait, no, kay dili ka po ni Princess Wayne.
Uy, ay sig, patak ka di, buang gina siya usay kay iya kong sungugon Phoebe. Iyang buhaton musakan ako. Iya bitaw nung ana-ana unang sinilas.
Oh my God.
Kog mabuang mo na siya tanawa ang sinilas. Iya kong binuong.
Grabe,
Iyang patiran kay sungugon ko niya. Love Phoebe. Murag iya kong mabuang. Wala, dili pwede. Kay ako na po siyang balikon.
Pero how do you feel na when she does that?
Magsapot ko. Ay, murag di ko katog.
Yeah, ako okay ako if like it's playful.
Ah.
Not always nga iyang buhaton because at the same time like why would you wanna do it? Like you know when ang ako ang mga igsoon mo na sila artihan nimo yan. Kinsa bay ganahan mo ligo twice in a row? Like it's not fun for me as well to go back sa shower and then do it. So anyways, I fixed that. Like that's why I was asking, not
Pwede
really fix it.
naman.
I didn't fix it that much. Pero that's why I was asking like how do you feel man? Kanang sungugon ka gani.
Kanang mabasta lang. Siguro maka-feel iya masong itansya akong mood nga.
Yeah.
Okay ba ko? Pero kung dili gani, di ra pud ko nihilab. Tabernigi ka times nga ako ginag-record akong self. Kaya para makaibaw ko unsa siya ka-annoying ug unsa gani siya kadugay ko magingana. No, up to 5 minutes maybe.
5 minutes?
Yes. Ang kulang. Bati man siya. Usay lagi kay makapoy ko. Kunya, okay lang unta. Napoy times nga, dili lang ako ang slippers. Akong tumbler, iginom na ako sa akong tumbler. Sakit na akong itiyan, kaya dagan ako mainom. Di pagid ko masatisfy. After ano, kung ako'y makitaan ng mga dili straight, ang lab, ako yun ang ipa-straight ni Princess. Usay, igmatan ako, kanang iyaha ganing. Akong laptop, ikamatan ako, naka-arrange yun na siya, Phoebe. Nganindot yung kay pag-arrange, naka-center, ang tanan, ng mga mouse. Kung iyaha ging lamisa, dili man. Mura lagi ko, gala. Anong kagubot sa akong utok? Basta makita ko siyang lamisa nga, messy kayo.
Gani, di ka gubtan?
Gubot.
Di makaka-trigger?
Dili raman, kay di man na ako apod. Siguro ako ang
Pagdala
space,
ka
imo
ng
maning
wire
space.
organizer.
Di imo maning space. Kuha siguro kung ako gurong space.
Gananon ta kung mabothered ka ba?
Uy, ay,
Maglibibog ka.
Example kani, mo switch kog lights, switch on, switch off. Kaya sa by threes, I count threes. And mo open ko calculator, I have to make sure nga nana siya certain numbers nga ganahan ko makita. Yang tawagan ni unsa pa. When I also kanang padung na sleep, na ako i-open sa Facebook nga page, i-make sure na ako clear ang ako ang activity, search activity, o clear ang ako mga cellphones, nakatanggal tan yung applications para siguro mo clean po ako huna-huna before I sleep.
Yeah, I think mo i-relate ang tabs to your thoughts. And so, when you delete those tabs, it's like you are kanaganing imong gi-close ang
Akong
thoughts
adlaw
nimo.
na, di ba?
Yeah, and kind of like that. Like wrapping up your day by closing the tab.
Nya di ko ganan ako mga igsuon kay baw sila ni. Manghikapan ko, kailangan ko mabaws. Kailangan ako ilas. Hala tinud usahay ilang buhaton kay. Kung kana ra sigurong dili ko aware Phoebe. Okay ra ko pero ilang buhaton kay kana gyud manungog man ay. Gikap ti ka. Nya mo na din ko hala. Magdinaganay lagi ni. Kabaw gid sila manungog na ko. I don't know. Ambot kana siya ma-weirduhan guro ang mga tao magunahuna na or mag-think ganing alo. Buang man na siya. Tanaw nimo. Kung
Kung
ikaw,
buang ka?
kung sa imong mga nadungugan na karon.
No, I think it's because like I know a person who has OCD pero in a different way because yours is physical, hers is mental.
Unsa man niya?
Ang iyaha is musud sa imong utok niya mabother ka na mukuan guys mo manifest nimo. But I'll just give you one example. So there was a time na kanang mo matug gani siya, hyper aware siya sa pag-swallow sa iyang saliva. So makadungog yung ka nga mo na siya. Yeah, every time she swallows, she's kind of helping herself to swallow properly.
Oh.
Pero diba, swallowing is a reflex. So she knows it's a reflex. She knows that she doesn't have to force swallowing because swallowing just comes naturally. But her mind makes her believe na if she doesn't swallow, she'll die. So also, that's the reason why na di siya matug. Like kapuyon na lang
Kaya
gid
siya di siya makabantay. Mahadlok siyang di kabantay siya.
Oh, mahadlok siya na di siya kabantay. And it's really like crippling as well in terms of how she works or how she lives her life in general. Like if she's not medicated,
Unsa may medication na?
it's like I forgot kung unsa yung giinom, but like it helps. It's not really for that, pero it helps lessen that type of I don't know like situation.
Pero kana ra iya kanang padung mo sleeper tanan nga senses.
Blinking senses like blink sometimes makaibaw ko nga she's in like it's not acting up pero like
Okay.
you know it's happening because like she would blink forcefully like she would be like so kung nagtrabaho siya like it really disrupts her day to day basta naa siya
Tuloy,
sa nga nga
Dili ba sa iyo no? Di ba lalim?
dili sa yun eh. And would you wanna see like a therapist for what you're going through?
Controlled pa man ako siya. Controlled pa na ako siya. Mao lagi na ako ikahadlukan man good. Ako yung ikahadlukan nga what if makatatak na sa imo record ba medically. Nya, you know, pwede na gamiton sa mga tao nimo. As mahadlok ko nga
Gamiton in what way?
dili gamiton nga buang man ka.
Yeah, I think mo nang problem po sa Philippines because in terms of like therapy, mental health, dili gani siya ingana ka open/progressive and I think everybody should be in therapy. Like I'm in therapy. I love it. Well, I'm still looking for a new therapist to work on. I think people just need someone to talk to whether they have like a specific issues or just going through life and ganang-ganan sila nagkastorya without any biases. It's good to have. Like sometimes I met an Australian guy who has therapists for maintenance. So maintenance lang kanang you know just to check on his life, on how he is behaving. Nothing really specific nga na siya OCD, ADHD, depressed or anxiety. Nothing. It's just checking in with the therapist to also see how he is living his life or going through life, I guess.
I think-
So I was like, yeah, you know what?
I-implement
That
na
sounds
sa na dapat no. Nga kanang dili na siya bati diri ba?
Na may guidance counselor ang mga school.
Ang wala mo ko eskwelahan.
Dili, but like, you know, if you think about it, ang mga eskwelahan is na guidance counselor, but it's not really therapy specific. It's just, ano siya gamit sa guidance counselor? It's,
Kanang siguro mga bata nga magtantrums.
yan na, mag-away mga
Ayan na,
ganun.
Pero I don't know, wala pa masang ko mag-guidance. Ay, nag-guidance ko kay nagpabadlo ako ng boisterous laughing. Laughing? Boisterous laughter.
Kanang mo,
Pero magpasag ka, kusog kayo, basaba kasi magsigkatawa. Mao to na guidance ko. I promise not to laugh loudly anymore.
yeah, ang guidance counselor sa gawas is really like not physical, but like therapy almost.
May bayad.
Dili siya tama. So,
Maybe, mao
di,
lang
it's free.
reason. Dili na open dire. Kaya tingig another
Another what?
expense.
Oof, yeah,
Para
probably.
nila, it's not-
Pero it's
di
not
na siya
even that.
necessary.
Like, ang idea lang or ang thought about mental health or therapy, it's kind of associated or connected into something like negative na.
Yes. Oh.
Therapy ka, buang ka.
Wala
Nananahinan ko, buang ka. Kung agrabihan mo
Uy,
na.
tinod bitaw bisag karon. Kay mao gid ang ilang pagtuuman kasagaran gihapon diri nga basa ni under ko go ka na like mo na uy pagbantayan ng tawana kay agi ba nag-therapy. Kagets ka kana mo nainga na nga norm. Kwa mao gid na siya nga na gini yung batasan nagpa-therapy bitaw na. You know, mo nang ikaw mahadlok na lang bud.
Yeah, I think it took me a while nga to see a therapist kay tungod na lagi ng mentality sa ako kay diri ba ako nagdako. Yeah, so si Dorian I think for a year or a year and a half or almost 2 years. Sige siya convince na ako, please see a therapist. Nang ko di lagi it's all in the mind. mind. Out of sight, out of mind. Di lang nato storyan. Maukir na lagi ko sa moto. Finally, like, it got to a point where she was like, you need to promise me 10 sessions. So, moto ni, adto ko. I felt relief na I finally did it and spoke to a therapist. And every time I came out from the session, I was like, you know what? I'm all good. And she's like, nope, you don't get cured or fixed in just one session. And so, every time, like, so, after the first session, madun ako sa second session. Before ko matuman ako ni Dorian, di naman ko kailangan mo siyog therapist. Like, I think I'm good. Like, I think I'm okay. But every time I'm in that room with a therapist, like, I would just cry. Like, I would just be crying.
Di know exactly kung unsang ilang isulti, no? Like,
no,
di mag sila mo judge.
Aside from di sila mo judge, di pag yun sila mangutana. Like, it's always as funny as it sound. Kanang imo makitan sa movie na, and how does that make you feel? It's exactly like that. Like, it's just like, okay, so how does that make you feel? Like,
puro how.
Yeah,
Dili
it's more
sila why.
Yeah, but it's like I understand why they do that during my session because they really want you to take a look of why you are doing that, and it just gives you a room and a space now. Okay, like this time that you paid for is actually a time for you to look into yourself and just explore or like be curious of like why do you think you did that, and it's more of like guiding questions when they ask the questions. It's like probing questions, guiding questions, and self-discovery. And again, like my experience would be different from yours because you have OCD, ADHD, not diagnosed. Again, I think magpa-test ta dapat. Pero mo na like something that we really do need in the Philippines is just talk more about it.
Correct.
Yeah, especially I think I've met a few people who I'm like, yeah, therapy would help.
And madlog sad ko na, of course, ang kan mga therapist, mga tao sabi na, what if musulti? Kana gali, puro nga kuha balo. Kanang what if musturya pud sila sa ubang mga tao, kay tao ra sad biya sila.
Na may privacy and confidentiality, but I guess I understand na feel ni mo storyaon ka, especially if it's a small city, you know. Pero wala man ko kasing kana kay in my head as well, ang mga therapists nga kung nakitan, like they don't know my circle, like the type of person and how like my lifestyle sa Montreal, they wouldn't know me, they wouldn't know my circle. And I think I have met psychologists slash like therapists who would really not share about their work because also it's draining to them as therapists. Draining ba yan na?
Pero mo gani, dili ba ka ang way nila is to also express it, isulti kay para dili kayo bugat para nila nga ilaran ng gibuhat. I don't know pod gayon unsaon po na nila nga need po nila sila outlet, diba?
Yeah, some therapists have therapy. Some therapists have therapists.
Okay.
Yeah. And one of the people who said that to me was like my personal trainer sa Montreal. And siya, like I'm sorry, like I had to reschedule because I had to see my personal trainer.
Really?
I was like, oh really? Siya, yeah, the best. Like you can tell na a personal trainer is good at his or her job kung napod sila yung own personal trainer. And then she pointed out even therapists have their own therapist.
I see. Okay, now we understand.
And I think it's just like again their way to decompress / also like look for an outlet. Kaya alam naman they can't speak about their patients to their family because now they're gonna burden their family of like problems sa other people na strangers pag yun. So I think that's it.
And ay tendency mo ng kuan ba unsay pa nga nato, di ba? Mangutana pa ba biya to research be?
Yeah, I don't think that happens sa industry. Hopefully it doesn't because you know privacy and confidentiality.
Sige lang man pud ni mang madaot.
Lagi.
Tanaw nimo maka kuan siya, maka disrupt siya sa imong daily activities, sa imong life.
No, if anything, I think it made my life more interesting because impulsivity is also like a part of ADHD.
Yeah.
So I'm very spontaneous. I'm not sure if because it's my personality / character or it's because na ko'y ADHD. Yeah, ikaw po, we're kind of like the same.
Yeah.
Diba? Like, I think first week na to nga nagkita ta, nagplano na ta nga, hala, mag-hike, mag-dive, mag-golf, mag-add to Bacolod the next day. Like, kanang dapat mo pugong na to.
Para biya nato no, kapoy ka siya na hunaon, pero the moment nga nabuhat na nindot kayo. But mo lagi, samukan kay magunahon na si Princess lagi maminaw, gikapoy na kuno kay siya. Siya kapoy paminaw ninyo eh.
Oh, na
ko kay dili raman kay mura mas gud outlet. Outlet pud siya ba nga naging arabi ta nagtrabaho. Pero mo pang mura nindot pa siya na activity.
Yeah, bro, I think that's also one of the reasons why we both wanted to start this podcast. Because it was a way for us to pace ourselves through the week. Like, you know, I think we would hang out for like 3 hours or more. One to film and second just to hang out. And then, you know, it stops us from going somewhere or doing something else. So like, to me, nindot ni siya nga activity kay it really helps us slow down with all our plans. Because daghan kay nagplano or activities nga ganahan buhaton. Yeah, but just to go back, did it disrupt my life? No, I think it made my life more interesting. But na ako'y highs and lows. Not highs and lows, but I would say I'm an extremist. As a person now, I don't think this is
Yeah, me too.
ADHD, but
Yeah, extreme. I don't
Extreme
do...
ka?
Kayo. Okay. Wala yung moderation.
really?
Yes.
Hala, ako
Extreme kayo. Kung maglagot ko, lagot yun.
Okay.
Tapos, kung dili sa ko ganahan, wala sa ko gana.
Oh, mine is like in everything I do, it's either I go big or I go home.
Okay.
So, for example, like that one kanang maglagot yun ka. Pero like, ang go big or go home is as someone nga mulaag, di ba, mo anak ko nga, laagan ko. Pero,
Imo na din ng buhaton ng tanan para ma-enjoy ka.
No, not that, but like, kung mulaag ko, ganahan ko out of the city. So, ganahan ko, ang activity po is like something big, like
Yeah.
free diving. Or
I
like, if I
know.
wanna do skydiving, I wanna do skydiving.
Right.
Pero if muana ka, mo-invite ka na ko, uy, laag ta, kanang adto ta mall, mag-malling
I don't
ta.
like it.
Di ko ganahan.
No.
Like, that to me is like being in
Murag
between.
high school nga, murag ano man.
Di man sa high school, pero to me, like, that activity is in between. So, I either really go out of the city to do
Correct.
something as an activity, or I just stay sa apartment.
I don't, di ko ganahan yun nga magsuri og mall. No, wa may activity ana.
Kaon, okay ra kung kaon.
Oh, pero di gid ko ganahan kapoy kay stiil. Okay tag makapoy ang tiil, pero nana siya sa lain nga activity ka gets ka.
Yeah.
Kanang outside na ba?
Mo na nga kung go big or go home. It's also the same as kanang like mo hyperfix, aside from being an extremist, mo hyperfixate pud ko o kanang collection, dili siya collection, pero mo hyperfixate ko mo tiwas og butang or mo complete og task. So for example, when I taught myself marketing, like for 3 days straight, I didn't sleep. Like no, not even a nap. And then I was just learning how to do what I'm doing now for 3 days straight. And that is me being like an extremist,
Yes,
and then
I
just
know.
being like really hyper focused. Pero there are days nga in a whole day, sometimes 2 days, nara ko sa bed. Yun, mo kuan lang ko, matulang ko sa kitchen to eat and then straight back to bed. So it's like there's almost like no in between to me, like ang ako mga activities. And in terms of emotion, I think it's the same thing. I'm an overthinker. Oh my god, yeah, kanang mag-away gani me with anyone, like family or friends or even like Dorian, like ang advance kaya akong hunahuna. And I think that's something na
Like how advanced?
for example, kung mag-away mi ni Dorian, feel na ko magbuwag na mi. And then, mukon ko
Grabe,
maminaw,
sad.
magmaminaw ko mga breakup playlist. Pero I know nga,
Di ba man sa kumabotanda?
like me, I don't know why I do that. Like, I think I'm just overthinker, and it's not even being like an ADHD. I think that's me as a person nga,
Okay.
overthinker ko.
Okay.
Pero yeah, that happens. You?
Kato, extremist pod siya. Kay kadasad kanang hyper sa work pod. Kabante ko, of course sa working ana gid ko nga maabot sad sa point nga perfectionist na kayo kay ganani ko organize ang mga butang, and once kay hilabtan na ang akong trabaho sa puton jud kay kustanan. Kay di man gud ang ako ang standard ang masunod. So mao nang example na lang kato, board exam na ako, kay ganahan gyud ko ma-perfect Phoebe. Di gid ko ganan nga dili ko ma-perfect. So mao na akong buhaton. The moment I wake up, magtuon din ko, mao na paslak na ta puro na naman nila paper. Tapos wala gud ko magkuha og kanang tutor gud nako. So ako ran, nangita lang ko kasa ko makapalit og libro nako kay para nako di man ko ma-satisfy nimo. Kay kung mag-tutor ka nako, na ni mga putol-putol siguro, so ganahan ko nga ako ra gyud mo basa. So mao to board exam. Upat ka subject 100 in one take.
100, like 100 over
100%.
100?
Yes.
Ka-bright ni mo,
Uy, kay dili lagi ko.
Pero nga naman, kung sa games lutaw kay gagutok, makaingon ko kumurag na pangitaw na tayo mong utok, be.
Uy, mo na, ang extreme pod, kung maglagot pod ko, grabe sa gid Phoebe. Maglagot sa gid ko niya, mao to nga ni seek ko ana og therapist. Sa kana nga part dili sa akong OCD,
Anger management.
ADHD, sa anger na ako kay usay man ka nang masakit na manggod siya og makasulti ka, blah, blah, mag-away na gid mi ni Princess nga padung na gid siya magbuwag, nga nagbuwag na gid gud mi. Mao to nangita ko therapist kay para ang gihatag sa mga exercises, breathing, tapping. You know tapping?
May gali,
Ano?
no? Wa ko kakuha na ng topic.
Breathing exercises.
Hapit ko, ako ako gi-suggest, gi-recommend na ako ang anger management. Grabe, dito man ito.
Pareha.
I don't like it.
Maglakot sa ta sa tungkaw galingon. So nana bitaw murag ko ang kuwang na no kung mangita sa tawag gani. Mo na experiences sa sayo imuyaban na imong kaugalingon kay feeling man nimo imong kaugalingon ra nindo.
Uy! Oh my God, you know what?
Because story na.
No. The thing is, narcissist lang.
Ano man?
Pero kanang ganing mo, like, you have a high
Standard?
image. No, not standard, but dili high image. Kanang taas kay mong pananaw sa imong self ba?
Dili sa na kay dili sa taas kay kuan kay ko tawag gani dili sa taas kay para gid ako kay mauwawon magikay ko sanan yan para nako kay
Naong nimo? Baga kay kang naong?
sig nga kana ganing para nako kay dili man gani enough ang ako mga batang dili gid tawag gani kana gid mag imposter syndrome nga para nako kay dili gid ko maayo
So nga naman mo ingon si Princess. So ba na?
kay mag-away gud me
Ah.
sa away nga partner dili ka nang sa mga
Okay.
oh
Nga nga ko ato kay like it just made me think unrelated. Kay when I was dating Dorian, like I found a lot of similarities in terms of personalities or at least nag-align namong values and belief. Nga nakaingon ko mo if I get into this relationship, I feel like I will be dating myself, which sounds very narcissist.
Why?
And I love the idea as well. Cause like just humor.
pwede ko ganan mo date sa kaugalingon
Di ka na?
no
Why?
because I know myself there are things nga dili ko ganan sa akong kaugalingon and mo date ko ala ka mabuang ko
Ikaw? Me, I would.
No.
Like, I want 5 of me. It would be a
siguro sa
full
laing
dinner.
aspect pero dili as a partner siguro ganan ko sa akong kaugalingon as a workmate
Okay.
Inga na, ganan ko sa akong kagalingon as
friend.
amiga.
Ka na
Pero
naman
dili ko ganan sa akong kagalingon as a partner. No.
Yeah, you know what? I
Oh,
saw
diba,
a video.
nakapara ka?
No, but I saw a video na saying na if you wouldn't wanna date yourself, I think that is an indication that there are things you need to improve to yourself because it's also a reflection of how much you love yourself as a person.
Really?
Yeah, like why wouldn't you wanna date you?
It's because, like I said, kinsa man ganan mo date ADHD, na pag kay murag ang diagnose
Kay
OCD.
judgmental ka sa mong self.
Diba? Magtanong ko sa magtanong ko sa kagalingon, nabutang-butang og talos diya kaluod ka ha.
Di man, I think it's your perspective.
Kagalingon, no?
Perception of yourself. Because I've dated, when I said I know a friend, that friend was my ex. So, like, I did not mind that.
Okay.
Nga na siya nga ana.
I see.
So, I think it's something that you need to work on how you see yourself having ADHD and OCD. I think. I don't know. Pero, yeah. It's just, again, like,
We're still a work in progress man gyapon.
yeah,
Bisag
everybody
dako
is.
na ta.
But I would date me, 100%. So fun. Di ba tao?
Sa kana nga mga aspect di ko na totally as a whole.
I
Ikaw
don't know.
ganan ka mo date sa imong self nga ikaw sa kung example ka, kay anger management. No.
Na ako yung anger management. When I was young, like, a lot of people recommended, that was something that I wanted to share earlier, pero again, distract na. Pero when I was young growing up, everybody, especially my siblings, would tell me na, I think you have anger management. And even like, the person I dated, like, the first person I ever dated, would point that out. Like, I think you need to see someone for how you, to manage your anger.
Pero wala
Pero
pa makita
really.
na nga side nimo.
Yeah.
Where do you, expose that kind of attitude? Because
Sa ako ang mga
close
family.
nimo, di ba?
Sa ako mga igsoon. Pero kana siya, when I was very young, now I don't do it. Like, now it doesn't show. Like, I think I have been working on it. And being in relationship really helped me to work on that side of me.
Okay.
Like, just trying to manage my anger. Because, like, small things would really piss me off and send me to the edge. I don't know why that is. Pero
Diba?
now I'm
Pero
better.
nangutanag ako.
Not
Nangutanag.
fixed, but better.
Nangutanag ako na sa therapist kay ningon mo ko di man ko ingana sa akong friends, di man ko ingana sa ubang mga tao. Pero nga naman ko ingana ko makapagawas ko ana sa family, sa akong partner. Pero dili gid sa ubang tao ningon siya it's because you are considering your partner as your family too. Your family is your safe space man gud nimo. Mura nagpara nimo ba no matter what you do, kung sa imong ipakita, naargyapon sila. Mano you consider your partner as your family man mao nang para nimo, safe space nimo siya nga mura ganig bisagon sa may tabo, you would still love me, you would still accept me. Nga dapat sa dunta nga dili unta ingana ako nako komportable. Kay, di ba?
Yeah, I think mao pud nang reason nga nung katong pagkabata ko, dali kay ko mo explode sa akong siblings because at the end of the day, you
Magkadugo
cannot
na.
get rid of me. So nagyapon ko nimo even though kanang ang classic nga I'm not sure if like it happens to all the family like kanang pamilya sa mga Pinoy nga ay di nanti kaigsoon when bata nainga na mo
Yes,
sa mga
yes,
igsoon.
oo.
Di nanti kaigsoon.
Oo, nga, di man tayo kaigsuon, gipunit ra mga ingana, normal man na.
I think that's why it was very easy for me as well nga mo explode sa akong mga sa family, not with my friends, but with the aside from family is the person I'm in a relationship with. But I've never done that ni Dorian because by that time I have worked that side of me. Not saying na it doesn't happen, it still does, pero not as
Frequent.
aggressive
Okay.
or not as not as frequent as well, not as frequent and not as intense as before. So mo na.
Usad siguro sa ako, mao pa nang kanang nagsigip ako, fix ana. And then so far makatabang sa gud Phoebe kay mura man siguro makatabang sa gud nga na kay mga activities outside,
Yeah.
di ba? Nga kanang dili mo kuyog all the time, nga na kay mong world pud ba talaing mga tao. Murag makatabang gani siya.
Kanang di mo magkuyog away.
Yes, nakatabang para nako.
Oh, I think so cause di ka pwede mo buto niya kung wala siya diha, di ba?
Di ba? Oh, tinuod.
Pero ganahan ko ana actually mas ganahan ko ana nga relationship dynamic nga there is independence / individuality between
Yes.
the partners. Because now I understand the phrase na the absence make the heart grow fonder.
Yes.
So
true.
I understand that phrase now and I appreciate it more. Pero it's still something, again, to each his own. Ako kay, like I'm adjusting to this type of dynamic sa relationship. Pero I like it. Like, if magkuyog mi ni Dorian for the longest time, and mo na siya kanang, babe, mo travel day ko, or mod to ko dere, or work needs me here. Ako pa'y ma-excite nga mulakaw siya.
Diba? Ako sad, kanaging maingon siya nga mula ka, hala, okay. Maingon pag ko, go out with your friends.
Ako
Diba,
siya
go?
gihatod with her maleta. Oh, sige, hiyat ko na.
Diba?
Yeah.
Murag,
Di ka mo kuyog sa iyong mga friends kung mga ka mo?
kung muhangyo siya, pero ako, param ko na ako, kay, naman ko may gusto sigurong istoryahan nga inyo halangan, para na ako, baka magsige naman tagkuyog. Ganahan yun ko nga lakaw.
Bitaw okay ra ka na.
Okay ra gyud ko.
Ako nag-adjust ko ana.
Ano naman?
Kay tungod ang ako mga igsoon like, nila man gyud ko kakuhag idea of what type of relationship should be, not saying that it should be like that, but that's where I learned or had kind of an idea of maybe mauni ang dapat buhaton as people in relationship. And they do everything together every time. Rarely lang ko kita nga magbuwag sila to do something else individually.
Magkuyog
Oh, so
always.
karang mga friends
Ano
like,
siya siguro mo work gyud nga na.
na akong pamilya, not sure sa akong eldest, pero mo na with Dorian, I was very shocked when I would be like, because it's she's French and her friends are French. I don't mind French. I understand French. I can speak French. But kung paspas na sila mo storya, di gani ko ka-interject or share or be involved that much sa conversation because it's French. And I don't have social anxiety. But when I was in Montreal, I kinda, it was there during social gatherings, especially if it's like Quebecois gathering, because everybody will speak French. Which again, I don't mind. I'm in that country. I'm not gonna expect everyone to speak English. But my point was, I would ask her if okay ra niya nga di gumukuyog, and she'd be like, yeah, okay.
See?
And I think out of that, like 1 out of 10 nga na ay gathering sa iyong mga friends, di ko mo, like, maura akong pag-attend. 1 out of 10 nga mo adto ko to see the friends.
Really?
Mostly di ko mo adto. But her, she would mostly come to my Filipino gathering.
Really?
Yeah, like rarely ra na,
Kay tingalig kuan, comfortable siya.
I think so. I think she's comfortable to be in that, like in a party, like Filipino party nga. Even though Bisaya, cause she's one of the people na she can be at a party and stay in a corner. People watch and she'll enjoy it. Si Julde. So Julde, he's Senegalese. He's also like one of the people na I learned nga pwede ko mo adto gisa ka event or party or gathering without knowing anyone.
Yeah.
And I could just stand there.
Yeah, I do
with
that too.
I would say beer, but I don't drink like water, and then just see people how they interact. If somebody wants to talk to me, I can talk to them, but I can just enjoy my time
Yes.
just being there. Dito gyud ko na kayong grabihang kaninga tawi
Pero di ba ikaw naka-experience man ka na sad?
nga.
Nga marag ikaw lang and then ma-enjoy ka, di ba?
Yeah, more I kind of got into it when ni larga ko. Not so much here.
Okay.
Pero ikaw inga naman pug ka, di ba?
Dili, mag-enjoy ra gyud po. Kanang nagi times nga marag ako lang kay maybe one of the reasons po do nga marag musugot ta nga atong mga partners nga kana gani dita magkuyog ato silang subtan nga ato sila sa kanang ilang mga friends is because it depends siguro Phoebe. Kay what if na may common interest yun? Like for example, di ba, si Princess kay di man kay siya ganan og extreme nga mga activities activities. Ganahan siya mall. Ganahan ka siya mall. Nya di man na mao ako ang gusto.
Pero maguyog ka.
Sometimes, pero usay mo yun ko niya, asa man ka dapita. Like, for example, mag-atog department store. Nya, kuhan mo yun, kumulingkod lang ko or maghuwat lang ko ni mo dire. Ingana lang ba? Kay kapoy man.
Oh, same ka.
Oh, mao siguro nang tao gani kanang ato silang sumtan na okay na lang pud nato nga mo kuan ta alone, mo lakaw ta alone kasi di man nato sila pugson pud nga makuyog nato all the time nga di sila happy.
Yeah, that is so true.
Oh.
And also the same thing with you. Basta gani mo adto mi mall sa akong family or friends or with Dorian. Ang ako gyud una nga pangitawon is chair.
Di ba?
Kay di man po ko tig shop
Oh.
though.
How do you shop actually?
Before I go to a store, I know what I wanna buy.
Correct.
So,
Know your brand na daan nga. Okay, mauna ni.
Oh, mo na. So, kung
Oh.
di ko mo spend like 15 to 30 minutes sa isa ka store. Like, I know what I wanna get there.
Yes.
I'll just go there, buy it, and then leave. Ang store lang nga makadugay ko is grocery. Like, I love grocery.
Grocery ka na.
Kanang
Oh,
grocery
food.
na,
Yes. Oh.
Kanang gani magtanaw ka sa...
Okay.
And
Yes,
to me,
yes.
this is also like a thing to me. Like, I find it as a date. Like, it's already like a date
Yes,
for me.
yes.
Dorian, di siya ganahan.
Uy, hindi ko eh.
Ano siya? Di man ni date. Errands man. I'm like, yeah, but it could be a date.
Yeah. Yeah.
For you and Princess.
Date na siya, uy.
So muna, I like to do it with her. Pero sometimes she would like to do it alone. And then, for example, makaibaw ko nga, neto siya grocery niya, siya ra, sad.
Ano man?
Wala ko di mo kikuyog. Siya kuyog naman tika. Like, I just needed a few things. And I know you needed a few things, but I still wanted to be there to shop with you. Kaya to me, it's like a date. Pero she knows that. And so, Mona, now, kung mag-grocery me, she would ask me like, do you wanna come? Always, yes. I'm gonna go. Except for if it's winter, minus 30, you can go alone, babe. Mag-affect mo ng weather sa decision. Sometimes, di lang ko.
Pero diri, kung init ba kayo?
Diri, okay lang. In terms of kung manggawas mi ni Dorian, when she comes, I'm looking forward for our weekends because we'll be out and about and doing things na she would enjoy. And our dog as well. Finally, kanang mag-enjoy siya sa walk. Pero he actually likes the winter. Ang among iro, naganan siya winter. Sa una, di siya ganahan hate kay niya. Karon kay hala, magambak-ambak man sa snow.
Ako pa wadto. Madto niya ko. Mambak-ambak
Puhon.
sa ko.
Dito ka Japan. Kasi sa Japan mag-snow.
Korea.
Korea po.
Naay pa yung snow ang Korea.
I didn't know that.
Uy.
I said I didn't know that. Na, day.
Na.
Okay.
Ato niya ta. Puhon may lawas.
Puhon mayong lawas. Na, day.
Puhon may lawas. Kuan ra na term ra na uy. Presyon.
Puhon mayong lawas? Puhon ka ba ko mayong lawas?
Oh, apil na siya. Ano ko pangutan
Kung maayo
Oh.
atong lawas?
Di.
Ay, sakit yung lawas.
Dili expression ra na siya. Puhon may lawas. Apil ra na siya sa expression.
Okay. Puhon mayong lawas.
Hmm.
Pagingon ni mo. Nanay,
Puhon
sakit
may
yung
lawas.
Okay.
Ano, wag tang napunta. Na-challenge sila nilang tanan ko kano sa tanawag tang sa ato ang topic.
Uy, magambak-ambak na bisa kita ha.
Ay dili kay mura mo sa normal conversation bisa kinsa man sa siguro nga.
See, that's what you say or what you think na it's normal for people to jump from one topic to the other. Pero uban nga especially di ko kabawkin sa pero like nakoy mga nakastorya nga mo jump gani ko. Si Dorian actually would be like, you didn't finish your thought. Can you please finish what you wanted to share? Kay mo ambak man ko. So I thought like both of us feel nato normal ra nga magambak-ambak og topic. Di dili normal. Normal para nato. Pero dili siya normal sa mga normal.
Okay.
Kanang one of the things, ADHD tendency. Pero I think we keep saying that. I don't want to claim it because I'm not diagnosed. I
Me
do
too.
want to be tested just to see. So now I could confidently say, yeah, that's just me ADHD. We've met, I think we know, or at least me, I'm surrounded with a lot of ADHD people. Nga makarelate me to each other. That's why in my head, normal ra gani ang akong pambuhaton kay tungod surrounded ko with the same people who are diagnosed, by the way. So, ang normal para nato, diday normal para sa uban. Like, jumping from one topic to another, not normal.
Makabalik ra man gihapon ta.
Makabalik lang.
Oh.
Dapat na yung notes para...
Oh, makabalik ra man gihapon ta.
Yeah, but I think that ends this episode.
Okay.
It was very nice.
Very
ADHD.
nice. Very nice. And
Teaching mental health.
and kamo kung namoy mga inyong mga episodes do you think nakarelate mo na mo?
Yeah.
Hi, welcome.
Welcome, you're not alone. But yeah, that wraps it up. And I'll see you next week because we
Next
see
week
each
too.
other once a week.
Bye everyone.
Bye.
Board. Tambal sa board.